What's going on, growers? It's James Prigioni coming to you live from Jersey. Today, me and Tucker are going to show you how to garden on easy mode by sharing with you 10 crop varieties you should always be growing. Let's go! The first variety is the Suhyo Long cucumber. If you have had issues growing cucumbers in the past, you need to get this variety in the ground because this variety is burpless, which means it's non-bitter and it lacks the cucurbitacin. Cucurbitacin is the chemical compound found in cucumbers that makes them bitter, but this is also the compound that attracts cucumber beetles. So when you grow varieties that are burpless, they're less susceptible to bringing in those cucumber beetles. And like I say, it's always easier to avoid an issue than trying to fight against it. Not to mention, the Suhyo Long also sets really good in hot weather and it's resistant to powdery mildew. So with these two things, you'll be able to harvest more cucumbers later into the season. The second variety is the super sweet 100 tomato. This indeterminate hybrid not only pumps out incredibly delicious cherry tomatoes all season long with just massive clusters, but this variety is also resistant to verticillium, which is a fungi that can devastate your tomato plants. The third variety is the dragon tongue bean. Oftentimes you look in a seed catalog and there's a variety, whatever kind of plant it is, and it looks beautiful, but the flavor isn't there or the production isn't there. I'm telling you, the dragon tongue bean shatters that norm with ease. Not only does it look striking, it's got the flavor, it's got the snap, it's got the production, and it's just completely top tier. Since I started planting this variety in my garden, I have never stopped, and I don't think I ever will. The fourth variety is the Jimmy Nardello pepper. This heirloom has a thin skin to it and a nice sweet flavor. It's a frying pepper, but it still tastes incredibly good when eaten fresh. This variety never ceases to amaze me how productive, how delicious, and how easy it is to grow in the ground or even in pots. The fifth variety is the Costata Romanesco zucchini. This heirloom may not be as productive as some of the hybrids, but its incredible nutty flavor and the buttery texture make it an absolute must-have in the garden. If you have had issues growing squash in the past, then I suggest you try the white scallop squash. This one has a sweet, delicious flavor and has absolutely massive yields. Another good choice is the Zucchino Rampicante. This one has a good flavor, is very multifunctional, and can even be grown as a winter squash. The sixth variety is the Melissa Savoy cabbage. Now this one is like the dragon tongue bean, where flavor, beauty, and production all come together to form a superb variety. This hybrid is bred for dependability and uniformity, but if you give it the space, you can still get some large cabbage heads. I love the early Jersey Wakefield cabbage. I love the shape of it and how fast it can produce, but nothing catches my eye quite like the Melissa Savoy cabbage. The seventh variety is the Rosita Eggplant. Just like the Melissa Savoy cabbage and the dragon tongue bean, this heirloom is everything you could hope for. The distinct pink color, the sweet flavor, the tender, not bitter skin, and the incredible production make this plant an absolute no-brainer to put in your garden or even grow in pots. The eighth variety is the bronze Mignonette lettuce. This heirloom is cold hardy, heat tolerant, slow to bolt, and it doesn't get bitter when it's hot out. I mean, what else could you ask for when it comes to a lettuce? Plus, it even grows prolifically. This one always performs incredible for my garden, and it's an absolute must to get into the ground. The ninth variety is the sugar snap pea. In my opinion, nothing compares to the flavor of this open pollinated pea. This variety is a climber, so it might be a little tougher to manage, but when you go out there and you grab a fresh pod right off the plant, you will transcend into a different world of absolute and incredible flavor. So you could either snack on them when the pods are just filling up and the peas are small inside. You can eat the whole pod, or if you want, what I suggest you do is allow the pods to fill up with the pea. Open those pods, grab one of the peas out, and snack on it. I'm telling you, it tastes like garden candy. The 10th variety is the Sun Gold Cherry. This one is my favorite flavored tomato of all time. It's super productive. It produces up until the frost, it ripens early, and it has a beautiful color to it, kind of like an apricot-like color. The one downside to this tomato is that it splits pretty easily. So if you have a heavy rain coming, you might want to go out there and grab a bunch of the tomatoes that are really close to being ripe or ripe before the rain comes and causes them to split. Me and Tuck feel like we need to leave you with an honorable mention, and we'll choose the Cherry Bomb tomato. This one has an incredible flavor, super productive, and it has, I quote, bomb-proof resistance to late blight. So if you find that a lot of your indeterminate tomatoes don't produce up until the frost, you gotta get this one in the ground because it just does so well so late into the season. This is my favorite variety that I like to use when growing tomato trees. Me and Tuck aren't saying that you should only grow these varieties, rather we're saying that you should always grow these varieties to ensure yourself good, consistent, and delicious harvests. Then add in some other heirlooms or some other stuff that gets you super excited to get out into the garden more. The thing is, if you only plant fancy looking heirlooms, then it might be tough for you because you're going to be gardening on hard mode instead of on easy mode. That's today's video, growers. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. Me and Tuck had a lot of fun out here, and we hope that you try out some of these varieties. We're confident that it will make gardening a lot easier for you, and you'll spend more time harvesting delicious fruit and delicious vegetables instead of just spending all that time growing them and not really getting anything out of them, or having the plants just quit early because they're so susceptible to disease. A lot of these varieties are just staples in my garden, and we're pretty confident that they'll become staples in your garden as well. So I tried not to mention too many varieties, to keep it at 10, even though I added a few, and I can't help but just add a few more. Some varieties that we love are the Dragon's Egg cucumber. It's a white cucumber. It's got an incredible flavor to it, and it's really productive. Also, the Criolla de Cocina pepper. It looks so cool. It's like shriveled up. It's got a nice flavor. It's incredibly productive as well. And I can't help but mention the Soldacki tomato. That's my favorite tomato when it comes to having tomato sandwiches, and it's a real winner. So we had a lot of fun. We want to thank one of our new channel members, Wendy Mead. Thanks for being a part of Team Grow. Thanks for contributing to everything we're doing back here. And we also wanted to mention to everyone to grab some of the merch down at jamesprigioni.com. Grab a Tuck shirt, grab a Team Grow shirt, grab a Food Forest shirt, and just be part of the team. James and Tuck will be back again real soon. We